join me again back over Walthamstow. This time I'm on the 2 and 3 reservoir. I fished the lower last season, done really well and managed to catch my target fish out of there. This year's been a little bit of a mad one for me. I haven't really had a target fish. I've come over the 2 and 3 sort of just to look for some enjoyable fishing, and as of recent I really have enjoyed it. I've caught lots of nice carp. Big old stow mirror. Lovely. There we go. Beautiful 2 and 3 mirror. One of the smaller ones, but they all count. Have a couple photos and getting back. Still got a few more in the retainers. Been a hectic night. Spaghetti Junction. You didn't want him getting out, did you? No. Boy, oi. He's lovely. Well done, Ray.
Well, there we go. Lovely old Stow common. Biggest commoner trip so far. 12mm Billingsgate, doing the job yet again. I absolutely love it.
What a nice one, Ray.
Yeah, lovely one.
35.5. Absolute mega stow one. Just getting back.
Yeah, it's getting back.
This one's a beautiful scaly one. Ooh, one of my favourite from the hit of fish. Had all the fish on Billingsgate and small little bags, single hook bait fishing. Nice and simple, and lots of nice carp. Let's get some photos of this one. He's beautiful on both sides. What a result. What a beautiful fish. See you later. Thank you, mate. What a banger, bruv.
Nice one.
There we go. That's what the stow's all about. Beautiful carp. Get in there, right? Let's get him back, man.
Let's get him back.
Well done, secret squirrel.
Nice one.
Nice one. Let's get these last couple out. Been such a hectic night's fishing. How many did we have?
13.
13 fish.
Yeah, between us.
Jesus. Billingsgate by name, Billingsgate by nature, eh? Hauling.
Yeah.
One of the smaller ones. What a belter he is, though.
Smallest of the trip.
Smallest of the trip, but
still just as beautiful.
That's it. Big or small, we love them all.
Right, let's get her back.
What a nice one, right? Well done, mate. Another lovely old 2 and 3 original. Can't beat these old mirrors. Full of character they are. angry. Thought he was going to go into the island. Nice morning bite. Come on, baby, be good to me. Yeah, this is where I can hear that. There you have it. Proper old crusty one this morning. Following on from that big hit of fish a few weeks ago. It's nice to get a few more bites. Same tactics as always. And he's as old as the hills. What a lovely stow carp. Let's get him back. What a dinosaur. How about that for a storm over the stow? Nice little brolly's holding up though. Another one bites the dust. Have a look at this one. Corking common. Oh fuck, Jesus, nearly lost him. Here you go, last light. Proper Walthamstow style. It's lovely, chunky London common. We're getting back, reeling. Nah, get back to the car. Ain't got long left. What a result. And I often get asked, what kind of tactics do I use? First things first, what I do when I arrive over here, I always have a little walk around. I try and find the fish first, whether that be carp jumping, fish bubbling, and really and truly, I haven't found the carp super tricky to catch. Simple rigs, simple baiting approach, and location has been the key to catching these old carp. I often start by having a slow walk around, like I said, stopping sort of in most swims for a little look for 5 minutes or so. And with it being, I use the weather to my advantage. If it's a nice warm wind, southerly or northerly, I tend to head up to them ends of the lakes where the wind's blowing and sit there and watch. Also use good vantage points. I'm in the step swim today. I can see a lot of open water. It covers a lot of swims where maybe the fish could be showing, and in fact I've seen a couple of fish showing in front of a vacant swim, so I'll probably move there. And that's literally what I do. I'll turn up, look for the fish. I won't rush, and if you have got a couple of days to your advantage, it's always a great starting point going off of the back of the day before. And I think that's why I'd done so well when I was fishing the lower quite hard. But yeah, nice and simple tactics, location is key, and watercraft is definitely paramount when fishing over here. Well, like I said, there was a few fish showing just around the corner there. I was just sat in the steps, and they're more out in the open water around in front of the jungle area. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna have a little whiz round there, flick a couple of rods out, nice simple tactics, and once they're out I'll show you a couple of rigs. There you go. Well, this is where they've been showing when I was sitting over there just talking about watercraft. What I usually do, I'm quite a patient angler, I'll be honest. If I see fish showing the swims, I know I fish Walthamstow a lot, and with it being days only, I know that it's more sort of an evening time bite. And I usually would sit in the swim and just have a little watch for an extra like 20 minutes, half hour, if I've got time on my side, that is. And see if anything else is showing. Sometimes the fish can pass. This is an open water swim, so maybe they could pass through and not hold up as much, but literally stepped in a swim and we see one show straight away. So yeah, I'm gonna watch for another 5 minutes, have a little drink, I've got dry mouth, get the rods out slowly and get some fresh hooks and baits on and get them out there. Get all three ready, get some fresh hooks and fresh baits on. Seen since then, we had a talk 2 minutes ago, seen about 4 shows, so it's about 8 in total. Bit of bubbling. What I will add is that when I'm dropping onto fish over here, a lot of people, with them being quite big lakes, they use big leads thinking that it's a big water, you have to cast and fish far. The tactics is to travel light and sort of fish on shows over here, but I will always use really light leads. I just found that it's a little bit more of a advantage when you're flicking a few rods on them. You're not allowed boats over here, bait boats or anything like that. You are on the lower Maynard, so it was more sneak attack when dropping onto shows. Over here, that's sort of my go-to. A lot of people, if you're boshing 3 rods out there with 4-ounce leads, it doesn't take much for the fish to realise that you're there, you know. So 3 little ounce leads, plop, plop, plop. That's going to be the tactic for plan of attack. So yeah, let's get some baits on and get them out there. Instead of fishing just them lone little single wafters, I'm actually going to be using a tiny little PVA bag. I'm going to be using some edge pellet and a little bit of Cremino boilie dust. Very small, not enough to impact my casting, but just enough so there's just a tiny little mouthful. It's almost almost just to make sure the hook point's also masked as well. There's quite a bit of silkweed and stuff out there, so yeah, gonna tie up 3 of those. Already tied one up, really small, like the size of your thumbnail, or a 10p, really tiny. So yeah, gonna get them tied and get these rods out there. Heavy artillery. Let's go. To go with my small little bag, I'm just gonna nick on like that. Just gonna do my little trick where I just do a little bit of a dunk in some Cremino glug, and then glug of any choice, and then just dust it in some powder. This is a mixture of krill powder and GLM, so I'll put it in there. Shake it like that. Look at that. I was going to resist that. Get all 3 rods ready and get them all out at the same time. Minimal disturbance. There's still been a few showing. I'm just going to fan them out here. I usually do have a watch on as well. It helps with keeping track of time, but once the rods are out, I'll note what time it is, and then it's all against the clock with the gate closing time. Usually a couple hours before closing it'll be bite time, but you can get bites pretty quickly. So yeah, let's get these little parcels of goodness ready. Minimal disturbance, this. Like a roach farting on the surface, that was. Just laying the rods just to the side there. I'll mend the line after, just to get them all out nice and neatly, nice and quickly. Round to the left. I'm just going to fish this a little bit shorter. Just down here. Nice. Just like that. 3 rods, nice and quiet. Why am I fishing slack lines, you just asked me? Mainly because it's more of a stealth approach. I'm dropping on these fish. I want them to pretty much not know that I'm here. A lot of people here will fish tight lines, big water, fishing far out. We're fishing probably 50 yards out and 30 yards out on another rod, but got a fair depth there. We're elevated on the platform. Last thing I want to be doing is beach casting straight down to me rig. Just nice and slack, almost like I'm not here. That's what I'm aiming for. So yeah, they've been pressured for years, these old carp. They know the score, so anything you can do to be different and not give them any idea that they're being fished for. And yeah, I'll be doing it. Might make the difference, might be the difference between catching and not catching, who knows? Gives me the confidence anyway. I just thought I'll run you through one of the rigs I've been using over the past sort of 3 weeks over here that's been doing really well. Nothing new to carp fishing. It's just a slip D rig made up of coated braid, fairly long hook link of around 9 inches, just so I know with the hook link length that when I'm moving about and being mobile that it's long enough to be presented if I'm in deep silt, over a little bit of silkweed and stuff like that. And with autumn pretty much here, there's going to be a few leaves dropping and stuff like that, so I know I'm always going to be presented. It's a nice easy rig to tie, nice and quick and simple. Just tie one up quickly for you. I just strip back a little bit of coating around 2 inches and just make an overhand loop knot. I make the overhand loop knot the same sort of size, just a little bit bigger than the hooks that I use. I'm using a size 4 claw hammers, like a wide gape style pattern. They're really nice, really sharp, really strong. Nice simple overhand loop knot. Get hold of the hook. Thread the loop through the eye of the hook. Nice and simple. I then stick on a bait screw, I've got one here ready, on that loop, and then pass the loop over the bend of the hook, and that pulls in place like that. To hold it all together, I know people use silicone and shrink tube. What I like to use personally, I'll just cut that tag end quickly. I like to use the liner liners. They seem to grip really tightly on the eye of the hook and hold it in place. No need for a lighter or a kettle when you're out and about, traveling nice and light like I am over here. So that just slides down your hook link, threads over the eye of the hook, onto the shank, round to the bend, and it sits nice and neatly like that. Just to neaten it off and make it weighed down a little bit, I use the large sinkers. No need for putty and stuff like that. It can be nice, it can be a right fiddly little job sometimes. So I just slide 2 of these down. They grip so tight on the hook link, which I actually really like. There's one. There's the other one. Just moisten the hook link, slide the first one all the way down, and I slide it over where I've stripped the braided section, just leaving 1/2 inch of uncoated braid there. I tend to either cut that a little bit tighter, but I'll probably blob it. And the other one, I slide sort of halfway down the hook link and make an overhand loop knot at the top. A nice small neat knot that'll go onto my quick change swivel on my leg clip, along with a small anti-tangle sleeve. Let's cut that tag end off. Pull that a little bit tighter. Snip some remainders of that off. There we go. Nice and neat. Nice and effective. And nice and simple. You can change your hook every time, especially when you're on the move. You might pack down quick to move on to fish. You might catch one, want to get the rod out there with only an hour to go. Instead of tying a new rig, you just whip on a new hook. You can fish that with a split shot and a pop-up if you like, as a low-lying pop-up. I'm fishing it with my little barrel wafters, and they sit perfect. The hook sits flat and the bait sits just up off the bottom. Yeah, nice, neat, great little rig, and a nice easy one to tie. Well, there's been a few more fish showing since the rods went out, but the signs definitely slowed down a bit. Like I say, although you try to be as stealthy as possible, they still just know that you're there. Gonna give it 10 minutes because the gate's closing soon. Still got probably like a 10-minute walk to the car. So it's make or break. We may get one, we may not, in proper stow fashion. Last light scrambling to try and do pictures and stuff. But if we haven't, there's always next time. And yeah, I've enjoyed my fishing on here recently. I'll continue to come back and fish the 2 and 3. And you never know, just might have that last 10 minutes, bit of luck might come my way. But yeah, it's been a good day and nice being out.